Hi everyone, welcome to this short video which will show us one way to make our computer programs a little bit more interactive, to make them a little bit more fun, which maybe will help to motivate us to continue studying computer programming. Who knows? What we're going to be looking at today is something called the scanner. Okay, so I'm going to set up a little scanner variable called keyboard input. Whoa, that's a bit long, isn't it? The problem with that is later when I start to use this variable, I'm going to end up making a spelling mistake. So let's just reduce this keyboard input. I'm just going to call it kbin. Okay, and don't worry about what I'm writing here at the moment. This will make sense to you later in the course. And, you know, I'm not dissing you in any way. This may make sense to you right now. But I am suggesting if you're a beginner at Java, don't worry if this line of code doesn't make any sense to you at all. If you're copying this, by the way, make sure you have this line of code at the top of your main class file. Okay? This basically imports the library required to help us work with the scanner data type. Okay, so I'm setting up a variable here. The data type is not int or double or boolean. Mysteriously, it's scanner. Let me tell you, this is not a primitive data type. This is a little bit more complicated, and this is why at the moment you may not understand this line of code. You will. Don't worry. Okay. Now I'm going to set up another little memory box which is going to store the number that I get from the keyboard using my scanner variable. Okay, so I'm just going to call it age. So I've set up a little variable that I'm going to use later in the program. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign a value from the keyboard, and I'm going to assign it to this age memory box. So age is not going to be equal to 37 this time. No, 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 no. This time age is going to be equal to kbin dot next capital I int. Ooh. System dot out dot println the age entered was, and let's see if we can just produce a result here. Okay, so we're setting up a little scanner variable to help us get data from the keyboard. That's what that does. And the data that we get from the keyboard, we are assigning it to our little integer memory box here, so we can use it in our computer program. Okay, so if we run this, let's see what happens. Ooh, okay, nothing, apparently. Nothing's happening. But I can see that my program is still running because this stop button, this terminate button, is still red. It means the program is running. But where are we in the code? Well, let me tell you, we are here. The program is waiting for an integer from the keyboard. And let's just terminate everything right now, and let's just make this a little bit more user-friendly. Before we get a number from the keyboard, why don't we ask for a number from the keyboard? System.out.println. Should we use print or println? Who knows? We'll change it later. Please enter your age. Let's do that. So please enter your age. And now we are at this line of code in the program. The program, which is still running, is waiting for an integer from the keyboard. So that's what I'm going to input now. 34. Enter. The age entered was 34. So can you see that the number from the keyboard is assigned to a variable, and now I can mess around with that data as my computer program continues. So there's a very brief introduction to the scanner variable. The scanner data type. One thing to think about is if I want to get two numbers from the keyboard, if I've got int age 1 and int age 2, would I be able to get two numbers from the keyboard using the same scanner variable? That's something for you to think about.